Would you say that I look a little bit like Louis Tomlinson from One Direction?
No, but I thought you were going to take a picture.
Alright, bugger off, I'm doing a video.
Bye!
Hi! I don't often do music reviews or album reviews. I think this is like my first, or one of my first anyway. Hello, I'm Sam Chaplin, and today I'm going to be reviewing After Laughter, which is such a fantastic thing to say. After laughter, it just rolls off the tongue, which for me is quite strange because occasionally I stutter. So in this video, if you hear me going blah 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 blah, blah, that's what I'm doing. I'm stuttering. So let's go. I would say that my music taste is pretty kind of broad. I listen to like all sorts of different things. And one of my favourite bands of all time is 21 Pilots, but I also like the Beatles. I also like Blur. I also like Paramore. I've been a passive admirer of Paramore's music for a long time. A few notable songs that I really enjoy are Still Into You, That's What You Get, The Only Exception as well, which I think is such a beautiful song, and I think it's one of those songs that I'll always love. After Laughter, I think, is a very interesting album. If I could compare this album to one whole band, it would be the Ting Tings. One of the leading singles of the album, Hard Times, I think is a clear example of the comparison. Hayley's vocals are very, very similar to the lead singer of the Ting Tings. I'm not too sure who she is. Katie White. Thanks, Charlotte. Now let's get into the songs. The songs of the album. My God, there's some fucking good songs on there. Hard Times being one of them. I also adore Fake Happy. I think the lyrics of it are just so honest. It starts off really, really low key. Just Hayley and the guitar, I think. And it's just really, really kind of just soft, and it's as if you're walking past them in the street and they're singing, and then it starts becoming a little bit more kind of I'm going to read to you one of my favourite passages of the song. It's repeated quite often, and lyrically that's brilliant because sometimes we need to drill home what the important message of the song is, and I think the band do this perfectly. Oh please don't ask me how I've been, don't make me play pretend, oh no, oh what's the use, oh please, I bet everybody here is fake happy too. That's true, because sometimes we just fake happiness just to please ourselves and to please other people, because it's a truth that if we see one person happy, it makes us think, they're happy, I'll be happy too, kind of. And I think this whole album has been Hayley's time to shine, because Paramore have been going through quite a hard time so far, with members leaving and coming back, and they've changed their whole sound. They've changed their whole sound. I listened to the whole album whilst going for a walk in the countryside, and the thing that I thought of most was the old stuff was like hard rock candy, like quite pumping, quite in your face, quite, tough, but in a good way. Their new album, it's like bubblegum pop. Still lovely, but it's not for everyone. A song that I think is my favourite song on the entire album is Idol Worship. The lyrics to Idol Worship are just so brutally honest, and it's kind of, I think it's symbolic of how fandoms work these days. We idolise people so much. For example, Directioners. For them, even still now, despite the fact that One Direction are no more, they've gone in their own directions, One Direction and their fan base are still very, very tightly there. Yes, they argue and bicker, but that's just what fans do, really. There's so many questions asked in this song that are genuinely interesting. For example, remember how we used to like ourselves. Isn't that beautiful? Because that makes you think. Lyrics are just so important to songs. Some lyrics actually make songs, but luckily for this album, the instrumentation in the whole thing is just beautiful and fantastic and just top notch. There is one song that I'm really not too keen on, and that is No Friend. It's one of those songs, a lot of albums have songs that are just thrown in there and just kind of shoved in and just gone, that'll do. I feel this song might be one of those. It's a good song, the instrumentation's okay, but the lyrics are so far away, and the words are so far away, it just becomes a little bit kind of What are you saying? And it becomes a little bit kind of it got a bit boring after a while, and that was one of the only songs that I was actually thinking about just skipping. I didn't in the end, but I was very tempted to. I think Rose Coloured Boy, once again with the lyrics, are just honest and just personal, and that makes this song in particular even more beautiful than it should be. I will read to you one of my favourite lines of the song. Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. Hey man, we can't all be like you. I wish we were all rose-coloured too. My rose-coloured boy. We all have people who are like, we want to be them. For example, for me, it's my girlfriend, because she's just fantastic. I know, I'm just so lovely. But honestly, I look at her and I'm like, I just want to be you. We all have people who we think, I wish I could be like you. I wish I could have the kind of the spunk and the kind of charisma and the kind of energy that this person has. But we can't always be who we want to be. We have to just be ourselves, which is a very important thing in life, I suppose. Anyway, this video has gone really deep. I'm going to rate this album at 8 out of 10. I wouldn't mind more kind of punchiness and sort of more kind of rocky kind of things. That's just me though. Let me know what you think of this album, because I really want to know. Let's have a conversation about this album. I think this album is revolutionary for Paramore themselves. All of the songs I've heard from Paramore so far and before this album have been fantastic. Bar one or two songs on this album, I am completely in love, and I will definitely listen to it again. If you haven't heard this album before, I strongly recommend you do. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like down there, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do. That'd be fantastic. I make all sorts of videos. I make mental health videos. I make documentaries. Although I say that, I've only made one so far, but whatever. I make music videos sometimes. I make just random stuff. So if you like random stuff, then yes. Okay, thank you and goodbye, and hope you're having a nice day. Cool.